Hello, Aries. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. It's going to be a fun week, Aries. This is always a fun reading. I haven't done it in a while. So it's like the mask they wear. So what the hell is their deal, man? No, you can pick anybody you want, actually. So we're going to get into it. We're going to find out who they really are, the mask they hide behind, why they hide their true selves, how this affects your relationship, advice for you, and outcome if you follow this advice. I don't know. I always find these are interesting because they give us an interesting insight into people, and I always find humanity quite fascinating. So buckle up, Aries, and let's see. And you know what? I'm going to say, a reading like this, it might be interesting to watch different signs based on the house placement and what that could represent. Like for Gemini, it could be a sibling, or I want to say even the Lover's card. It could be a potential love interest, somebody in your community. And then you could do something to like I would say Capricorn, like work, or well, actually 10th house has to do, I think, with to also like inheritance of spiritual and physical wealth, things like that. Anyway, you do whatever you want. All right, Aries. What the hell is their deal? I just like saying it that way. It rolls off the tongue so nicely. What the hell is their deal? And then they tell you, like, oh, okay. All right, well, who this person is, they're a shapeshifter, so you don't know. We don't know. They could be anybody at any time, at any moment, any hour of the day. Literally a shapeshifter. Whoever this is for you, whatever you're talking about, whoever you're coming here to see. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. So Aries, this person has so many levels, they could literally friggin' be anybody at any time. That's fascinating. Okay. Two, I want to say this, probably someone who could kind of walk into almost any sort of social dynamic and kind of figure out how to blend in, how to fit into place, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. Now, I'm going to read for you the light and the shadows this week, so you can kind of pick. Right? I think I said skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. The shadow, protecting any image that serves their personal agenda in the moment. I want to say, yeah. I want to say this is kind of interesting, actually. The mask they hide behind, well, it could be anything at any time. So maybe right now, child nature, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. So this person could be just hanging out a lot with animals, cuddling animals. That's the weird thing, is I don't feel like this person isn't anything that they don't project themselves to be. It's almost like this person is multifaceted. You could be dealing with like a highly evolved person here, like spiritual, like an old soul. So it's almost as if this person, I mean, I'm going to say this is an interesting energy, because wherever it goes here, we'll see. But you could be dealing with either someone who's quite spiritually in tune, a very old soul, or you could be dealing with like a manipulative narcissist. Could go like one or the other. So use your discernment, right? Like if you know that this person, I want to say, if this person is always doing things to satisfy a personal agenda, and in the shadow here of child nature is tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. You can see how that is. But if it's not, like, if this person is more in the light, I want to say this is, whoever this is that you're asking about would be, I think, an old soul, somebody who's lived many lives in many different societies, and probably different levels of status and wealth and lack thereof, So why they hide their true self? Curious, like, who is this person and how do you you know them, because it sounds like an interesting individual. So why they hide their true selves? Goddess, goddess energy. Shit. So in the light, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. In the shadow, exploitation of the female nature in form. I'm not kidding. Like, you are literally dealing with either somebody who is really in the light or somebody who is really in the dark energy, because it could be used. And I'm going to tell you, either way, be on your game. Because this is a highly evolved individual, and depending on how they utilize this energy is, yeah, be careful how this affects your relationship. Like this, so this person does have, sorry, I want to keep pulling cards and learn more, but, so they hide them true selves, because I feel like this is like, this person encompasses God energy somehow. Like, where, I'm wondering if you've met someone, you've met someone who's quite spiritual or influential, because that's the other way that I could see this going. In the same, this is such a dangerous energy if it's not used correctly. Because this person is tapped in. This person is truly tapped in here. If they use all of this energy in the dark, like in dark, they could potentially kind of get anything they wanted from anyone. I kind of wonder, is it somebody that maybe, like, either, yeah, like it could be a potential mentor. It could be, somebody that you've met at something that what I would see is either more spiritual, or it could be in some sort of like even a work setting. And I don't know, this is fairly intriguing how this affects your relationship. Athlete, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal power and strength of spirit. I'm going to tell you, if this person is in the light, it's great, because this person would really, really help you get beyond anything that is limiting you right now in the physical. So, and then development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. It's almost like this person could somehow help you see and move beyond any physical limitations that are holding you back. And then once you accomplish that, it's almost like they can show you that your willpower and your strength of spirit is even stronger than the physical. It's almost like once you free yourself from physical constraints, you realize that there was nothing constraining you in the first place. I don't know who this is. Like, interesting. But the shadow, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. I am really curious on the comments in this one, because this is really coming out like someone who is very, very highly evolved spiritually, an old soul. This is an old soul either way. And so one of the things that I'm going to say that I kind of feel, but some people may disagree, which is okay, because it's just a theory. And honestly, I don't know if we can ever really prove any of these theories, but I kind of feel like people that are narcissistic, and I feel like psychopathic, narcissistic, sociopaths, I don't know that, like, a lot of them too often tend to be quite intelligent. I don't know that I would look at that energy, when people are that, they are that. They're not just, know better. Because I think they've even looked at the brain, and there are like particular types of attributes in people's brains, or the way the brain functions, that supports like being a psychopath or like really a real narcissist. Because there are some people that just take on narcissistic characteristics, I think, sort of through their environment, and that can kind of be, they can like relearn out of that, where we're talking about people, because what I'm talking about here, if this is in the more shadowy element energy here, like I would not look at this person and say, oh, you know what, they'll get theirs. I don't know that they will, to be quite honest, because they're still exercising in this God Goddess energy, and God Goddess is expression and desire to explore all facets of human consciousness. When somebody knows better and their brain is not created in this way and they're using this energy, yeah, I feel like karma can come around to this person, like negative karma can definitely come around. But that's what I'm saying. Like I would not underestimate this person in any way. In any way. But if this person is like, and when I say that though, when they're in the light, don't estimate that there isn't anything they can't do and anything that they can't do for you. This is really some kind of energy here, Aries. But if this person is in the shadow, don't underestimate them. So what's the advice for you? Mediator. Gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. Well, that's interesting. So I kind of wonder, like, who is this? How you've met this person? Because this is not someone that you meet every day, or not everyone's going to meet someone like this in a lifetime. The shadow, again, but this is your advice. Negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally, I wouldn't hit the shadow in any way with this person. If this person is in the shadow, don't do it. You won't outsmart them. You won't. You honestly really won't. So don't, I mean, I don't think I really have to tell you guys not to operate in the shadow. If someone is operating in shadow energy, but I feel like this person is operating in shadow energy, they would definitely be fulfilling a soul's quest here. And maybe it is to dominate. Maybe it is to, you know, just this is pretty evolved. Yeah. Okay. So I wonder, like, it's coming up, like negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Like, do you know this person either personally or professionally, and trying to integrate that, one of the two, or I don't know, but outcome if you follow the advice. Oh, well, outcome if you follow the advice. Lover, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. The shadow, obsessive passion that harms others, self-destruction, destructive devotion. I'm telling you guys, you be careful what you're getting yourself into, and you know if you're working with someone in the shadow or someone in the light. And I bet you that this energy will be utilized by this soul in both aspects in a lifetime, for sure. Because that is part of the soul's growth, is to experience sometimes extreme poverty and sometimes extreme wealth. Sometimes to live very humanitarian-like, and then other times see how far you can take this energy and what you can claim with it. So, you know, we haven't pulled out any tarot. Yeah, okay. Child eternal. So again, well, that's interesting. That's the underline. So the light, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. The shadow, inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. Here's your key. Okay, here it is. If you've just met someone, or I don't know, or you're just starting to get to know someone better, and there's a real depth to them that you're thinking, huh, I didn't expect that, and then I didn't expect that. Like, maybe even abilities and talents that this person has. Just an interesting way of navigating life here. So the inability to grow up and be responsible. If this person leaves a trail of self-destruction, or if this person, I want to say, This person could be using others for their perhaps financial security or in some way. This could be like, I'm kind of seeing like, oh, what was his name? Madoff? Yeah, Bernie Madoff, is that it, right? Like that kind of energy, you know, and of course, well, if people looked carefully enough, something wouldn't seem right. Look at that kind of returns consistently. It doesn't make sense. Something like that, but not just in that genre. So, I don't know. Just be aware. So either somebody could be quite childish, childlike, have a free spirit, but be irresponsible. And I want to say when things don't necessarily go this person's way, they've already got a backup plan for who they're going to blame it on. And if this person is in the light, they're really determined not to allow, you know, the harshness of life, the negativity of life, the things that we all experience and go through and work through, to lower their spirit. They continue to see things through fresh eyes. I had no idea what the heck we were pulling into today, Aries. Wow. And you never know. Like, you know, this could be somebody that you run into on the street who's panhandling for money. And you drop, you know, you give them a small donation or something. And the person thanks you, and maybe in thanking you, they recite some sort of poetry or philosophy to take with you for the day. You know, it's just enough to make you stop and think, that was unexpected. I want to say this person could definitely occupy many different occupations, social groups and friend groups. I want to say this is quite the energy if it's in the light. It's quite the energy either way. You just got to be careful with it if it's not in the light. But because I feel like this energy is so strong, if it's not in the light, it's still supportive of this person's spiritual personality and growth. So you still have to be really careful navigating around a person like this if it is in the shadow. I would give them a lot of distance and go the other way, because I don't feel like they necessarily produce negative karma in what they do. They really are the Ace of Swords, the shapeshifter. It's the truth. This person's conscious mind can shift on a dime. They could have a perception of something, and then, honestly, like, because this person is sitting here with their eyes closed, I feel like this person could go to sleep that night and wake up, and it's almost like they get downloads, something happens when this person rests or sleeps or meditates, and then they have like a completely different perspective. This person could have an ability to tap into the Akashic records. I am really curious who this is. The mask they hide behind, child nature. But I feel like it's a representation of what they happen to be focused on at the time. The magician. You never know who this person is going to be or who they're going to show up as. This person will have you guessing. Don't try to pigeonhole this person, because you'll only be right for a few seconds. This person could actually look like they're trying to manifest something with animals or nature or through that right now. But that's, I mean, it's very fluid, the concept of mask with this person, because they literally are a shapeshifter. But there could be something here. I wonder why. Like, what would this person be manifesting in nature, or at least giving the impression that they're manifesting something in nature, or perhaps that they work with animals. I kind of want to say with that energy with the magician, I feel like if this person gives you or anyone the impression that nature, that they utilize signs from nature to manifest, I think it's kind of more that nature guides them. They have less of an ability to guide nature than nature does to them. I think nature comes to this person. They don't bring it to them with the magician because it's the mask. Tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. With the magician, again, if this person is working in the shadows, this person could even do some sort of like dark practices, sacrificial. I don't know. The shadow scares me. Like, I would give this person the widest berth possible if this is someone in the shadows. Why they hide their, and if this is not someone in the shadows, I would be like, have a completely open mind, because this person, their concepts, their consciousness, it honestly does have the ability to switch on a dime. What they perceive and how they perceive. Very open-minded, I guess, too, with that. Why they hide their true selves? Goddess. Perfect. Perfect work. This person is doing God's perfect work. What is this? Who the fuck is this, Aries? That's crazy. It's the Four of Wands, but in this deck, it's called perfect work. Goddess. Why they hide their true selves? Holy crap. I really want to know who this is. Well, I know that's... But this, I don't know. I've never picked up an energy like this before. That's crazy. This is really crazy, Aries. How does this affect your relationship? Athlete, again, what is this, like like a messiah kind of energy, because then they're working in this, their true selves as God, goddess, perfect work, doing God's work. And then, like, how does this affect your relationship? It can help you transcend any physical limits, including even handicaps. It's like Jesus, right? Like healing the lepers and the crippled people. I'm just using that term. I know it's not everyone likes it, but it's like a Bible kind of term, right? It's like old, the lepers and the cripples and then realizing that your personal willpower and strength can surmount anything. I want to say too, I'm kind of seeing somebody, there's been, the odd stories of people who, have had terrible accidents and ended up paralyzed. And, I think one of them is somebody who's actually featured in The Secret. The original, I don't really follow that anymore. I think it still goes on. I don't know what else to do with that. But I remember he did have some kind of spinal cord injury. And the doctor said, like, no, you will never walk again. And he, didn't listen to anything the doctor said. I mean, that is kind of like this energy, right? Like this, it's a miracle. I mean, it is, and it's to show you that you can fucking do anything. Your mind is incredibly powerful because it is when it is controlled by your spirit, it can do anything. It really can. I mean, you think about it. The little kids, when they fall down at school and they cut themselves, or it's a scab or something, I'm like, yeah, look at that right there. That is evidence of how magical magical your body is. Do you have any idea how it's doing that? How it's healing you, how it's stopping the blood from flowing. You could ask a doctor, but it reacts. It just does it. It's this amazing machine. But your spirit is really in control of it, right? So what? This is so cool. I would get to, well, I don't know, maybe we're going to get to know this person. Wow. The Emperor. How this affects your relationship. This person will truly, like, allow you to transcend anything. I don't know who you met. What's going on here? Damn. And look at, right? It's so cool. Because these are both the four, the Emperor and the Four of Wands. And this Four of Wands comes in as perfect work. Goddess. Goddess energy. This person, again, how this affects your relationship? It can affect it on an extreme, and it will. This will affect you on an extreme level. So because again, the Emperor can be malevolent or benevolent. So they can have good intent or bad intent. Again, if this is somebody working in the shadow, give them a wide berth, go as far away as you can, and don't leave a forwarding address. Would not. Although spiritually, they could probably still connect with you. I'm not kidding. Like, this person, give it space to cleanse yourself if you need to. But in the light, this, there's nothing that you will not be able to accomplish with this person. If this person is coming across is in some way like a leader in your life, or would be, or will be, and they're in the light, anything this person promises you will happen. They will make it happen. And I don't want to say that, well, not everybody can tell, how things are going to unfold. I don't know. I just feel like this person would make it happen. Advice. So blending, it's almost like blending your personal and your professional life somehow. The Chariot. Oh, go do it. Do it. Move forward or move away depending on this. Lava. Outcome if you follow the advice. Oh, baby. The Queen of Wands. Very passionate. I'm going to say this person can heal. This is a healer. This is a very spiritual energy. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's just, kind of like speechless with this energy. The Three of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Well, I don't know what this is about. Well, maybe. I said this is like really healing. So perhaps if there's something that you've dealt with in the past that has been really negative, if anything, I just want to say, like, these cards are very big and dramatic. What I will say is that this person is a highly evolved soul. As long as it appears that this person is functioning in the light, this is a really good relationship to have someone like this in your life. Because I do feel like it kind of makes up for the shitty relationships that someone would have in their life. Now, if this person is working in the shadow, if this person is like shadow energy, these shadows, the dark side of this, I feel like this is coming up to say, you may have manifested this because of this energy. If this is where you've been and this is the shadow. So be careful. Don't feel like, you owe this energy anything, because I tell you, this energy could really manipulate if it was negative. Wow, could. So I'm going to go do the extended Aries. In that, I'm going to say, what would they tell you, if they could tell you anything? Why they don't, because it's coming through in a channeled message. And then their deepest thoughts about you or this situation, whatever that could be. So what a way to kick that week off, Aries. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.